Hi everybody and welcome to a new solo playthrough video. Today we're going to be playing, nope, not Three Sisters, but Three Sisters is probably my favorite roll and write of all time. It is so good and people have been telling me that I need to play Fleet. And Fleet the dice game is difficult to find, at least where I live. It was kind of impossible, so huge thank you to Amanda for sending me a copy. You're the best, you're the sweetest. She picked one up for me and sent it my way, which is incredible. And I'm so excited to be playing this today with you guys. And I've played it a couple times already in preparation, of course, but I definitely want to do maybe a comparison or, I don't know, a top 5 or top 10 favorite roll and writes. That could be fun. But today we're going to be playing Fleet. Let's go. Here we are with Fleet, the dice game. We're just going to go ahead and start and I'll explain what I can along the way. It is very similar to Three Sisters in certain regards. We have a adversary, Captain Ruth, who is going to she's going to be very annoying, being in our way, crossing things off the sheets that we can't use anymore, and it's going to be very annoying indeed. And we're going to try to do our best to score something that is acceptable. So before we start, you will roll one die, one of the fish die, or the boat die I should say. It is a cod. So we are going to mark off the first 3 spots on the cod track. So you will always start with 1 license and 1 boat that you gain at the start. So the cod license will give me a coin every time I launch any boat, which is really nice. So I'm happy with the cod as a starting fish. I mean, they're all good in their own regard. And I'll get more to that when we play. They all will unlock a certain extra ability or bonus. When I unlock the second cod license, I will receive 2 coins when I launch a boat. So it won't stack. I won't receive 3. This 1 coin will just be upgraded to 2 coins. So that is good to know. You will just use the most powerful license that you have. For each fish. Okay, so we have 2 sets of dice. We have 3 boat dice, and here we have 2 town dice and a boat dice. So when we have the boat phase, we roll these, and when we have the town phase, we roll these 3. So we're going to start with the boat phase. And at the bottom here, we have a very clear overview of all the rounds. In the solo, we don't play the 9th and the 10th round, so we will cross those out. Okay, here is our starting roll. I like all 3 of these. I think we're gonna go with the lobster. Yeah, I think so. Let's choose a lobster. So we pick the die. We will cross off the first spot. Now it's Captain Ruth's turn. She's gonna pick a die corresponding to the fish closest to her tracker. So the shrimp is where she would start, and if there was a shrimp, she would choose the shrimp. Right now, the swordfish is closest to that, so she is going to choose the swordfish, and we will cross off the bottom 2 squares on the swordfish track. So that is horrible for us. She's going to mark off a lot of things. I'm just letting you know. So the 3rd dice is a shared dice. So I get to do something, Ruth gets to do something. Because I am first on the odd rounds, I get to choose first or do the action first. So it's the oyster. I'm just going to get 1 oyster square, and Ruth is going to mark off 1 oyster square as well. So with the shared die, she only gets to mark off 1 space. When she chooses the die herself, she marks off 2 spaces. Very important distinction to make. So now we have done the boat phase. We will go to the income. So you will generate 1 income every turn, and depending on certain abilities, for example, the lobster license will give me an extra coin in the income phase. So that is how you kind of like mix and match that. So that's income. The fishing happens on the even round, so in the first round you won't fish. All right, so we have another cod as well. I do like to do as many tracks as I can, and I don't like her getting, but I also don't like her getting the king crab license at the bottom. It's fine. We'll choose the cod because I don't like her crossing off too much where I can avoid it on the fish tracks. So we're just gonna mark off the cod there. She's gonna choose the harbor. So in the rule book, you will find the order in which she will choose the town dice. She will always choose the harbor first, wharf second, the boat die third, and the market fourth. So in this case, she would choose the harbor. She starts at the king crab, so she will mark off 2, and these trackers will all move at the end of the round. So this will be the shared die. I get to go first. She is at the casino. I don't really care for the casino much. I should have chosen the harbor die instead of this, because then I would have gotten the cod anyways as a shared die. So that's something I sometimes forget to think about strategically on which die to choose. It can be a bit tricky. I think we're going to try to do the fisherman's pub because 10 victory points is a lot, but I do need to mark it off 4 times, but we can try. Okay, so that was the boat phase, the town phase, I apologize. So we will go to round number 2. We will move all the trackers. The rule book tells you exactly how to move them. These 2 basically go in a circle, like so, and this one just goes down the track. It's quite self-explanatory. So we will roll the boat die again. Here we are. So the 3 coins is just 3 coins, very simple. And for Captain Ruth, she will just mark off 1 bottom square or 2, if she chooses it, at the fish tracker that she's at, if that makes any sense. So let's think. I don't like her getting the cod, but giving her the coins, she's gonna get to mark off something with the cod anyways. So let's choose the shrimp. I do like, oh, she chooses first, I apologize. It is an uneven round now, so Ruth gets to pick. So she's gonna pick the cod because she's first. So she's gonna mark off 2 at the bottom. I'll choose the coins then because I don't want her to mark another one at the cod space. So that will give me 3 coins. Now this is very similar to Three Sisters. I've just marked off a star, and a star gives me a bonus action. I can now mark any thing on any track, 1 square. So on the fish track, the harbor, the wharf, the only thing I can't choose is a fish or another coin. So I think what we're gonna do for now is, I wish I could get, oh I can. I'll mark off 1 of the cod spaces so we get another boat or another license. Decisions, that is always the question. I think we're gonna do another license, which will give me 2 coins, which will give me another bonus action. So I can do, we'll do the lobster license. So we'll get +1 income during the income phase, +1 coin. So then we get the shrimp die, which is shared. She will go first. So she will mark off 1, and I will get the first shrimp square. So that is that. We will go to the income phase, giving me now 2 coins instead of 1. Love that for me. And now we're gonna roll the town. Oh no, we're gonna fish first. So fishing is very simple. I'm just gonna, could have gotten 2 boats, but I did not. So we're just gonna catch 1 fish. That is very, very sad. I always like to have 2 boats by the first fishing session, but I always find it difficult. There's a lot of choices to make. Okay, here we go. So Ruth goes first. She will choose the harbor die. So she will mark off the bottom to here. So I'm gonna choose the market because if she gets it, she's gonna be marking off my first available star, which I don't like. So I will look at the tableau here. I only have 1 fish, so I'll get 2 coins, but that does give me a bonus action. So let's launch a lobster boat. So we have that going for us. Because I'm launching any boat, I will get 2 coins. That will give me another bonus action. Let's get the shrimp license. So now whenever I choose the shrimp die, I can let it be any fish of my choice, which is very useful. So now we will both get the lobster die. She goes first and then it is my turn. Okay, great. That was not horrible. We go to the 3rd round, moving all the markers. And now we will go to the boat phase and I will get to choose first. Lots of lobsters. Lots of lobsters. I guess we're gonna choose a lobster then. Yeah. So license or boat? License. I just love the license. I get 2 coins. 1, 2, doesn't happen now. So every time you unlock the 2nd license, you will just get a 1-time 2 coin bonus. That's why I'm getting those. So Ruth is picking the lobster. Don't like that. And then I'll get the 3 coins. 1, 2, 3, giving me a bonus action. We'll get the shrimp boat. Because I'm launching a shrimp boat, I get 2 coins. 1, 2, and because I did that, I get a bonus action. Maybe I should do something here now. Maybe work on the king crab. Because the king crab will give me a license, and this license will give me an additional end game victory scoring condition, which is very nice. So that is the boat phase done. I get income, so I get 2 coins for that. And then we go to the town phase. Okay. Let's think about this. She is gonna get a harbor action no matter what. I'm fine with that. I don't really care for the research vessels that much. So I'll just pick the cod because I don't want her getting, I want her getting the least amount of fish possible basically. So she's gonna choose that. She's gonna mark off the bottom 2. So this is just over and done with. And then we get a shared moment here. So I get to go first. I'll do the king crab. And then she will do the next possible available one. So she'll mark off the bottom spot of the barge, which I'm also fine with. So we go to round number 4. So once you have this down, it goes very, very quickly. It is always a learning curve at the start, and there's just so much to choose from. So that is always, I don't know, I love that. You can go in a lot of different directions, strategy-wise, and I always appreciate that. Well, I guess we're going oyster fishing. So I get my first oyster license. Ruth will also go oyster fishing. Don't love that for me. And then I get 3 coins, giving me a bonus action. I'll just get that oyster boat. And because I'm launching a boat, I get 2 coins, giving me a bonus action. And I'll just, I'll do the cod boat. giving me 2 coins for launching a boat. And I'm happy with that. We will go to the income phase. Wait, she will mark off 1 spot for the coin dice, for the shared die. Did not do that yet. Okay. Income, I get 2 income, giving me a bonus action. Wonderful. I think for now I'm gonna do the king crab license. And now we go fishing. So I get 1 fish here, 1 fish, 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 2 fish for the oyster boat. I can choose to either catch 2 fish or catch 1 fish and get 1 coin. We're just gonna do the fish for now. And that is the fishing phase. Great. Going to the town phase. Oh, she would have chosen first. By the way, with the oysters. I'm so sorry. She goes first on the even rounds, okay? Don't make my mistake. She goes first. So she's gonna go first. She's gonna choose the harbor die, which is fine. We weren't gonna go to the barge anyway. Now I get to choose. I'm gonna choose the market because, again, she will mark off the first bonus action when she chooses the market, and I don't like that. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish. So I get 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. She gets 1 oyster. Don't love that, but I also get an oyster. I do enjoy that. All right, now we go to the 5th round where I get to choose first. I apologize. It's a good thing we had 2 oysters because it didn't really matter. The outcome of it hasn't really changed. I'm gonna choose the oyster because I'm gonna choose the boat this time. And because I'm launching a boat, I get 2 coins, giving me a bonus action. And with my bonus action, I'm gonna go for a cod spot. I do want to get that 3rd license because the 3rd license, as you can tell, always gives you a bunch of victory points. So those are quite valuable. So she gets to choose the shrimp, crossing off 2 spots. I get 3 coins, giving me a bonus action. So I'll get that cod license out of the gate straight away. Wonderful. And she gets to cross off 1 of the swordfish spots. We're just forgoing the swordfish because it's not happening. All right, going over to income, giving me 2 coins. Wonderful. And now we will roll the town dice. Okay, so I don't really need the cod anymore. But we will get it anyways. You can always choose to get a coin instead of the fish when it's a fish die. So that is always very nice. I could also choose that. She is gonna get that then though. No, we'll choose the harbor and I'll mark off a king crab spot. She will get that one and mark off these 2. And then I will get, did I move the trackers for the 5th round? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did not. 5. There we go. Well, I'm trying to do this playthrough justice, but I'm making some mistakes, so I do apologize for that. Always remember to move her trackers, but now we've marked that one off, it's fine. We marked off a swordfish spot instead of an oyster spot. You know, it is what it is. We're gonna survive, it's fine. So she's marked those off now. We both get the codfish. So I'm gonna choose a coin instead. And she will mark off this final spot. Apologies for the mistakes, guys. Okay, so 6th round, we move the trackers that way. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. So she goes first. She goes first. Lots of coins. Well, she's grabbing, oh, that's so sad. She gets the oyster die, so that's very sad for me. Well, we don't have a lot of choices, so 3 coins does give me a bonus action. I'm gonna go lobster, because I'd love to get that lobster license, the third one as well. Hopefully we can get that. Then the shared die, I get to go first. We get 3 coins. Oh no, she gets to go first, but whatever. Whatever. Ruth, you stupid girl. Okay. Income, I get 2 coins. So I'm gonna do the lobster again for another boat, because I launch a boat, I get 2 coins. And now we're gonna fish. Wonderful. Fish. 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 And 2 here. Yeah, I won't do the coins for that now. All right, town die, here we go. All right, here we go. Everything is still going according to plan. Okay, here we go. She goes first. She's gonna choose the wharf. So this is gone. I get to choose, I'm gonna choose the market again for the reasons I have previously explained. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 fish. So we get 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving me a bonus action. I'm gonna go lobster because I just wanna focus on the lobster now. And then we both get this one. She's gonna mark off 1 spot. I'm just gonna choose a coin to get closer to more bonus actions, and I'm not really gonna get much use out of the swordfish anyways, so I'm okay with that. All right, round number 7. Lobster for me. Yay! So we get that final license. Oh, I should have gotten way more coins already as well. That's my bad. All right, so she will go for the swordfish. That's perfect. And then we both get the oyster, which doesn't really, I mean, this is why the order in which you do things matters. So I'm going first now. I get to choose that oyster spot. Ruth goes second. There's no more oyster spot, so she will move on to the second most available spot. Okay, income, so I now get 4 coins. I should have gotten 3 all along. So 4 instead of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving me a bonus action. We're gonna get that king crab license. So we're gonna choose, so we get 5 points for getting the license. And then we choose 1 victory condition. So we have 2 victory points per building, 1 victory point for every 6 fish, 1 victory point per license, and 1 victory point per 10 coins. And I'm now at 60, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 licenses. So I need to get to 80 to get the same amount of points for coins. I think we're gonna go with the license. So that's income done. Now we go to the town phase. And then we only have 1 more round. Ooh, 2 markets, no. That's always my worst nightmare. So I'll choose the market. Let's see, I now have, what did I say, 16 or something? So we'll get 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, giving me 1 star. I think I'm gonna go with, I do also like getting some fishing. So maybe I should try to get to the fishing. I also like to get these boats, but decisions. So she will pick the boat die, which is fine. She'll mark off the bottom 2 here. And now we will both get the market die, so that's why it's bad. But first I will get 4 coins, giving me a bonus action. I'll do this, and we get to go fishing. So that's nice. We get an extra fishing moment, which I do enjoy. There we go. And now she will mark off this star. Sad. Very, very sad. Okay, we go to the last round. She goes first. She chooses the swordfish. What do I want? I guess I'll choose the lobster, in case I can maybe get another boat or license for that one. Oh, well, we can't. Well, it is what it is. Because she's gonna mark off the lobster, which she can't, so she's gonna mark off that one. So that's fine. Now we get to income. Get 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go fishing. I can't mark 2 more on this because you need the second license to fill the boat further than the first one. So I can't do that. So we do have a lot of full boats, which I do love to see. We could potentially get, well, it doesn't really matter anymore now. We're also not going to get that. Let's see if there's anything useful that we can potentially do. She's going to go first, so she will pick the wharf. So this is done. So lobster or market, I guess we'll do market, giving me, well, 4, 8, 12, 16, 19, 25, 31 fish, 6 coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry if I miscounted that. I could totally have miscounted that, so apologies. Okay, so I have one final bonus action that I can do, and then it is over with. So I don't think there's really anything. I guess I'll do this for 2 victory points. Guess that's the best I can do. So the lobster, she will mark off this for that, and I will mark off that. Or I could choose a coin, but that's also not gonna make a difference. So that is done. We're gonna count our points. I'm gonna just remove this. So fish, we just counted 31. Let me count again just to be sure. 31. Boats, so beneath all the boats there's a number of victory points. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can also get 3 points for these, 1 for those. These don't give you any. The licenses, so we have 5 points for the king crab license, so I didn't mark it off. And then we have these 2 that give us points. So 11 plus 7, so 18. Buildings, well, I usually don't do much with the buildings. I like to do the seafood buffet or the fisherman's pub, but this one, just marking off 4, I usually just go for the king crab license. Maybe I shouldn't, and try something completely different, try to go more for the wharf, less for the harbor. Who knows, there's many different things to try, so nothing for the buildings. And then bonuses is this one, so 1 for each license, and we got 8 of those. And now we have to just count everything up together. 65 points, that's not great, not horrendous. So 65 points is right in the middle, which, you know, I guess is not bad, but it could be better for sure. But yeah, so that is Harbor. that could have been its name. Fleet the Dice game. I hope this was fun to watch. It's definitely a wonderful roll and write. I do prefer the theme of Three Sisters more, but this one is also very combolicious, as you could probably tell with all the bonus actions. It just goes on and on and on. What I like about Three Sisters is it feels like I get a bit of more combos through different ways, and this mostly gives you the combos through all the bonus actions. But yeah, really, really great. So fun. and lots of different ways to explore for me. I really want to try some different strategies, and I also have an expansion for it. So I have the Fleet Dicey Waters expansion, so I also really want to try that one. Let me know if you want to see a second playthrough with the expansion, because I can totally do that if there's people that are interested. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!